For joining us. Oh,
Okay.
but my name is Kate, and I'm going to mute for just a second. Okay. Had a little feline fiasco right there, but we got it handled. My name is Kate. I'm a guide with Trek Travel, and thank you for joining us this evening. I am not on my own, but I'm coming to you from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and I know some of you heard that Hershey will be joining us. He is my co-guide this evening, and he is out in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, out in the Aspen area. And thank you so much for joining us. We're here to talk about a couple amazing hiking and walking trips tonight. So get comfortable, grab yourself a tasty little beverage. Connie, I saw you had a nice little beverage going a little earlier. What you got? Oh, we can't hear you, but that's okay. I've got a little sangria going for this evening. And we are so excited to share with you of our vacations of a lifetime. So let's kick things off. So we're all on virtually this evening. So we know that if you move your mouse, you will get a taskbar, and that has all of your controls for turning on your microphone, turning on your video. It has closed captioning if you choose to do that. And at this point, I want to invite everybody to turn off your camera, turn off your mic, and we're going to invite you back at the end of this evening for questions. But please know that in the meantime, you also have a chat box on that control bar, and that's where you can enter any questions that you have. We'll try to answer those throughout, and if we don't get them during the presentation, we'll definitely hit those at the end, as well as invite you back for live questions and answers. So videos and audio off, and here we go. If you have traveled with Trek Travel, you know that every day starts with a route talk. So here's our route for this evening. We're going to start off by telling you who we are at Trek Travel. We'll walk up that little hill, and we're going to talk about what sets us apart from our competition and why you should travel with us. Then we'll get up to that trip spotlight, which is an amazing presentation about Tuscany and Cinque Terre. You're going to love all these details about these Italian destinations that are so magical. We've got a quick hike down that hill. I will come back and tell you about logistics, how you get booked, and then we'll come through the finish line with some questions and answers. So no safety talk this evening. Let's get going. First, we want to tell you about Trek Travel and what we do. At Trek Travel, we believe in taking you on vacations that move you, both literally and figuratively. Trek Travel curates active vacations all over the world, and we're always scouting out new locations to take you. And it has been over 20 years of fun. Now, over those 20 plus years, we've won a few awards along the way, including being voted one of Travel and Leisure's best tour operators. And in 2023, we were number 5, and we're super proud of that. And of course, we've got our sights set on number 1. So now I want to tell you about why you should choose to travel on a hiking and walking trip with us and what sets us apart from other tour operators. We hope that you enjoy this video that is narrated and presented by our president, Tanya Berg. It's called Why Trek Travel.
Travel is transformational. It allows you to have a different perspective, get to know a culture, your surroundings, and the landscape around you. But a cycling vacation really is different. You can see things up close and personal. You can smell the flowers. You work up an appetite riding your bike, and so it makes the dinners taste that much better. And for me, it is the absolute best way to see the world. We meticulously plan every single one of our trips, from hand-picked perfect accommodations to the region's best riding and local and cultural experiences that really immerse you in the place that you're traveling. And these are all the elements of an awesome trip. Our guides provide exceptional hospitality. They're really focused on making sure we have a seamless and effortless experience for our guests, and they provide wow moments that you would never expect. If you're avid and want to go do some epic climbing, you can do that. If you want more of a leisurely ride, we have trips for you as well. We also offer e-bikes, and they have been an absolute game changer. People can go further than they ever imagined. So we have different rider levels, different trip styles, price points, and destinations all throughout the world. We go to North America, Europe, South America, Asia, and pretty much anywhere you can dream up, we can take you on a vacation there. The most important thing, and I think everyone at Trek Travel shares this, is taking care of people. And that's why we do what we do. It's ingrained in our training, and it's ingrained in our commitment to providing exceptional hospitality. And our hope is that all of these elements come together and provide an experience of a lifetime.
Love that video. Tanya, of course, does an amazing job of bringing out the details of what sets Trek Travel apart. So now I want to invite you to open your chat box. We have got our first trivia question coming up now. So gorgeous picture of Bryce and Zion. This is a cycling trip. Our question is, how many new trips will be offered in 2025? You just have to put the letter of the correct answer in the chat box. Is it A, 23, B, 14, C, 21, or D, 9? So add another check mark to your bucket list, because whether you choose to ride, walk, or hike, Trek Travel's 2025 itineraries offer unforgettable vacations in iconic destinations, super assured to satisfy your taste for adventure. Hopefully we have some answers in, and the correct answer is 23. From the ultimate Scandinavian summer bike tour to hiking the famed mountain ranges of the Dolomites and the French Alps, 2025 is a year that your vacations turn into memory-making adventures. Now, you might be wondering, what are these activities? How are these activity levels different, and what can I find for those on Trek Travel? So we classify our trips on levels 1 through 4, where level 1 is leisure, 2 is recreation, 3 is active, and 4 is avid. So level 1 is going a little easier in distance, terrain, or skill level, and level 4 will be the hardest. So that is true for all of our trip styles. So trip styles, let's talk about what trip styles Trek Travel offers. The first are our road cycling trips, and we have the most trips of this style by far. These are the trips that take you mostly on quiet roads, some bike paths, and the occasional shouldered road. Next are our gravel cycling adventures, and these trips are for our guests who want to get off the beaten path and have gravel riding or mountain biking experience. And now on to our third trip style, which is our newest and the reason you are all here tonight. Step into a new era of Trek Travel with our new hiking and walking tours. These are packed with everything that makes Trek Travel great, with the best guides, luxury accommodations, expert itineraries, unmatched flexibility, and support from the moment you book until long after you depart, all delivered with what truly sets us apart: is our unparalleled hospitality. So let's move on to what's included on these trips at Trek Travel. We include more. As you can see on the left-hand side, that for hiking and walking and cycling trips, the hotels, we try to find the most quaint, beautiful hotels, boutique hotels, and those are included in the trip price. Your guides, like Jonathan and myself, daily breakfasts, most lunches and dinners. We always have great snacks and drinks. If we're transferring hotels, we're going to transfer luggage. And some trips will provide great Trek travel gear for you to keep. Now, if you're cycling with us, that includes those world-class bikes that Tanya mentioned in the video that come equipped with a Garmin GPS with 1 to 3 route options per day, helmet and flat pack. And with hiking and walking, we'll provide the backpack, hiking poles, and water bottle for you. But of course, you are welcome to bring your own of those items as well. So that doesn't leave a lot of what's not included. So airfare and transportation to the trip start and finish are not included in your trip price. Some activities that are not part of our itinerary, if you wanted to go hot air ballooning in Arizona, that's not part of our itinerary, but we're very happy to help you set that up. Some meals, we want you to get out and enjoy that local culture and cuisine, and we'll provide some awesome recommendations in those situations. And then gratuities for your Trek travel guides are not included in your trip price. So get ready for the next trivia question. Open up your chat box, and here it comes. Beautiful picture of Ireland hiking and walking, Cliffs of Moher right there. What is the average daily mileage for level 2 hiking activities? Is it A, up to 5 miles, B, 4 to 8 miles, C, 6 to 10, or D, 7 to 15 miles? We have detailed the necessary skills and fitness requirements to assist you in choosing the perfect activity level. But if you're looking for more help to make sure that you are prepared for your trip, our friend Marcus at Fit for Trips would be happy to help make sure you are set up for success on your next trip and be fully ready to tackle every trail of your upcoming journey. Now, hopefully you all have some answers in. The correct answer is level 2 hiking activities are 4 to 8 miles per day. So now we are on to the trip spotlights, and that's why you all tuned in to hear about these amazing destinations, Cinque Terre and Tuscany hiking and walking trips. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to my co-guide, Hershey, who has been in these amazing destinations over the years and can tell you more. And Hershey, take it away.
Kate, thank you so much for the introduction and kicking it all off for us tonight. Kate and I are so happy that you all are here because we have two amazing brand new hiking trips that we are so looking forward to sharing with you all. We begin tonight in the land of the five Earths. That's right. This is Cinque Terre. It is truly an unforgettable hiking adventure along Italy's Ligurian coast, from the colorful bay of Porto Venere through the iconic fishing villages of Cinque Terre. You will immerse yourself in this incredible 6-day, 5-night trip that promises to have memories which last a lifetime. The Cinque Terre, the five Earths, it's also known there's 5 villages along this eastern coastline. These villages are nestled into the cliffs just above the sea. The hiking trails are a network of mule tracks, that's right, from donkeys walking on them, to steep vertical paths. There are century-old staircases which overlook the sea. They offer plenty of opportunity to hike from one village to the next. This means you're going to be climbing up and down many steep steps to reach each town. The natural park of Portofino is protected. Is a protected green area which offers a network of incredible routes. Some have moderate to very challenging difficulty. Overall, the terrain is very hilly. The hikes feature coastal single track trails. Some of these trails are exposed, but there are also many well-maintained inland paths. you will get to explore Manarola. It's a candy-colored village which is perched upon the steep slopes. As you're heading there, you're going to pass by lemon trees, some fantastic olive groves, and these help to link the villages along the path. And I mean, like when you see the slide here, this is one of the pathways that we will be walking on. So it's not for the faint of heart, but truly it is incredible. We reach another small village, which is, you can only get there either by sea or by foot, and it's known for its beautiful Mediterranean setting and charm. There's a bronze statue of Christ known as Christ of the Depths. It's a protector of divers and stands at the bottom of the bay. Today's hike, the one that we take through Portofino Natural Park, well, you'll start right out from the door of our hotel. You'll head through the picturesque seaside promenade of Camogli, and we'll make our way on gentle slopes through olive groves to the charming village of San Rocco. Here, your guides will walk you into the Portofino Natural Park, where stunning maritime coastline views await, along with hidden World War II military batteries that hint at the area's 20th century history. Now, we'll start the adventure with a private tour through Porto Venero with our local guide, including a visit to the ancient scenic San Pietro Church, which is perched on the edge of the peninsula. You can see it here. It's absolutely stunning. And during the walk, you'll enjoy views of Palmeria, a tiny island brimming with natural and historic wonders, along with the fact that it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Our last morning there, you can relish one last cappuccino by the sea as you take in these breathtaking views, either by having breakfast at your room or down in the breakfast room or walking through the port. You can definitely take a final stroll through that was weird. Huh. I think I'm still going, Kate. Sorry about that. You'll take a final stroll through the area, and we will say goodbye to Cinque Terre. Now, as we say goodbye to Cinque Terre, this next journey is a mix of seaside and incredible hiking and walking. And I would like to welcome you all to our Tuscany hiking and walking tour. You'll step into Italy's celebrated Tuscany on our hiking and walking tour, and you will experience the journey from the picturesque countryside to the stunning coast. You'll immerse yourself in a postcard perfect landscape, verdant vineyards, and iconic places in Valdorcia, including the thermal baths of Bagno Vignoni, which I will say are absolutely incredible. And even just to soak your feet there in the thermal pools is awesome, but you definitely want to immerse yourself. We'll go to the hilltop towns of Montalcino and Pienza. You'll discover the true essence of Tuscany on our hiking and walking tour, where enchanting inland beauty meets captivating coastal charm, blending two distinct yet equally mesmerizing Tuscany landscapes. The terrain in Valdorcia is composed of rolling hills, some smooth gravel roads, and some paved sections. In Monte Argentario, the terrain is a bit more rocky with some coastal single tracks. You'll take a scenic hike through hilly vineyards towards Montalcino, a picturesque hilltop village famous for its winemaking heritage. And when you're there, you will definitely get to enjoy some incredible wine up top. Chapel Vitellata is a small restored Renaissance chapel that embodies Tuscany's profound spiritual and cultural ties to its artistic heritage. You'll explore the streets of Porta Corle, a beloved seaside destination. So yes, we will go from Tuscany to the sea. You'll uncover its rich eventful history, and you'll also get a private walking tour of the town. You'll sample some exquisite pecorino cheese in the charming hilltop village of Pienza, where Tuscany's rich culinary traditions and historic architecture come to life. And to me, Pienza, it's an incredible little town. There's great cheese, there's great wine, and if you're into shopping, there's also some great chances and opportunity to burn some plastic. You can indulge in an exclusive wine tasting at a local winery and savor the world famous Brunello di Montalcino. It's a 150-year-old Tuscan treasure. You know, Kate, there are so many incredible opportunities and adventures to be had. If you'd like to be on stunning hillside paths that some are steep, some have a sheer drop off on the side, the sea is out there. You know, our Cinque Terre tour is probably for you. If you want to get a nice mix of wine tasting and the terrain of Tuscany along with time by the sea, then our Tuscan hiking trip is probably for you. Either way, both have incredible memories of a lifetime. And with that, I am going to turn it back over to you.
Hershey, thank you so much for the details on that. I love Italy, and I've led some tours in Tuscany, and I got to say, Brunello is one of my favorite wines, but it's also one of the smallest wine regions in the world. So Brunello just comes from that Montalcino area, and it's so, so good, along with the Chianti, of course. So now let's talk logistics. If you've not been to our website, we have got more videos of each of these amazing locations. We've got trip details, trip dates, all kinds of ways to search for the perfect trip for you if you're trying to decide between one of these two or maybe another trip. But most importantly, if you go to before your trip, you will see where you should fly in, if you want to stay a few days before to get used to the time zone, all kinds of details there. And of course, if you have more questions about logistics, our trip consultants are excited to talk to you and provide as much detail as possible. They are amazing wealth of information, each and every one of them. We even have suggested packing lists on each of our trips, dependent on what time of the year you're going. And you'll also see that we choose the best times of year to travel in each of these locations. So if it gets too hot or too cold, you see that we don't offer trips during those dates. So we try to make it just perfect. So we're almost to the end of tonight's event, and I just wanted to point out that on our website, you will see there is a tab for events like this. So if you want to hear more about other trips, like maybe hiking and walking in Portugal or Ireland, you can see when we're talking about that and get the inside scoop on each of those trips, like Hershey gave you some great details this evening. And also, if you wanted to see when that is, here's a little inside scoop. You can also go to our YouTube channel and see if we have a recording of that event already, and know that we record each of these. So if you wanted to show your friends, you've got to go to Cinque Terre with me for hiking and walking with Trek Travel. You can check that out there, and you will have the video to share with them. So now you have 4 action steps. The first is to keep an eye out for that recap email. It's going to have the recording. It's also going to have a coupon for some dollars off your next Trek Travel trip. So really worth checking that out. Visit our website, check out videos, check out photos from each of these amazing locations. You can get all kinds of details. If you have certain dates that you know you can travel, you can search for trips just based on those. If you want to go on a trip that's one hotel, you can search by that. Lots of different ways to find the perfect trip for you. Then call us. As I said before, our trip consultants are super knowledgeable on all of our trips, and they are available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., and they're in the Central Time Zone. So give them a call if you're wondering about, if I want to stay a couple extra days, can I stay in the same hotel? What do I need to pack? They can tell you all kinds of great details. And then get ready. We all know that planning for the trip gets you super excited, and getting in those miles on foot, breaking in some new boots or a new pack definitely is a great way to get ready for that trip. And so setting some goals, if you need some help, reach out to your local Trek bike dealer. They can give you some info about what you might need to do. If you're not on a biking trip, they can also help you with gear and where you might need to go, and some info about planning for your next trip. So now we are at the point, we are at the end of today's route, where we want to open it up to you for questions and provide some answers for you. So I am going to stop that and invite everybody back to turn on your camera, turn on your mic, and we would love to see your face, answer your questions, and we'll also go back through to see what questions we need to answer for you. Hershey, do you see any questions in the chat box that we
Oh,
might?
yeah, Kate, we got a few populating in. One of them was curious about some of the 2026 states that we have, and the hiking trips have not been published yet for 2026. However, some of our cycling tours have already started publishing the 2026 states. And if there's a special event or holiday that you want to travel with us over there, it's always good to check in and let one of our trip consultants know, because they can sometimes give you a little more insider information that neither Kate or I have.
Betsy, you're a good planner.
Kate, here's a question. Will the Trek Verve be available on all of our trips? And the e-bike. And I know we weren't talking about bike trips tonight, but this was one of the bike questions. June,
Yeah, we have
sorry.
we have the Verve offered on many of our trips, and it will tell you, if you go to the website and you click on the trip you're interested in, you will see which bikes are offered on those trips. Like gravel trips, we're going to have the Checkpoint and a Domani Plus, and most of our trips are going to have a Domani if they're road trips, and a Verve. Just depends. Some of the ride camps don't offer that e-bike option, but most of our other trips do. Just depends on the trip. So that should be a great resource for you to see which bikes.
Awesome.
Doing a quick little skim through,
Yeah,
and Cinque Terre is a level 3-4 trip.
yeah.
Tuscany's a 2-3. Yeah, it's definitely hilly in Cinque Terre. You're coming up from the ocean and climbing up into those beautiful cities. Some are closer to the water than others. Rio Maggiore, right there on the water. Cornelia is up a ways. You got a little bit of a trek, but there also is a tram there too. Is there much swimming or boating on the Cinque Terre trip?
That's a great question. Whenever you are near the sea, you're always welcome to jump in and go for a swim. I thought we had boating on this, but I could be getting the trip mixed up with our hiking in Portugal, where we definitely take people out on the sea. Yeah, I do not believe we actually go on a boat on this trip.
Yeah. Kathy, we're not going to leave you behind. We never leave anyone behind. And Connie was
Ever.
asking if we offer a hiking trip in Sicily. We do not yet, but I'm sure that's being scouted out. Beautiful
Yeah.
part of Italy.
One of our co-guides actually lives in Ragusa, Sicily, and it is an incredible town to go see and explore.
And then let's see. Janine asked about how many vertical feet per day, and that will be on our website when it's looking at the different levels. So I'm not sure which trip, if it's the Cinque Terre or the Tuscany, but based on that level, we'll have that average vertical feet on
Yeah,
that. And it looks like Hershey's taking a peek.
I am. You could tell.
I think you guys go to Puglia, correct?
Puglia,
That's not all that far from Sicily, so
correct. That is correct. Let's see.
And then how would Cinque Terre trip compare to Machu Picchu in terms of difficulty? I think Machu Picchu has a lot of lead up to a lot of climbing right there at the end is I'm we don't have a trip in Machu Picchu, so I am not an expert on this, but I do know Cinque Terre. I've done that hike through the five towns myself. So I do know it's a lot of up and down. It's a lot of entertainment along the way. There's usually somebody playing some instruments along the way. They're busking and there's someone selling drinks along the way. Lots of stairs up and down. Machu Picchu, I know that there are some stairs definitely in that heritage site, but I'm not real familiar with the rest of the hike in.
All right, Kate, I have some information for us.
Lay it on us.
All right, so our Tuscany trip, we're going to average around 6 miles a day. And in terms of climbing or ascending, it's around 840 feet of climbing per day. Roughly, we'll be hiking for around 4 hours. So in total for the week, we will hike around 36 miles and climb a total of just over 5,000 feet. While in Cinque Terre, our daily average is a little bit less. We'll do just under 4 miles a day with around 865 feet per day. Total mileage, 18 miles, and then total elevation, just over 4,000 feet.
Awesome. Thank you for those details. Matthew asked, do we offer biking in Croatia? Boy, do we. We've got a couple trips in Croatia and they are magnificent, really amazing trips. We're working our way through those islands. We've got a couple trips there for cycling that are outstanding with some locals as some guides. So those are amazing trips in Croatia, definitely worth checking out.
Yep. We have like the very first one we ever offered takes place from Dubrovnik, and it's called Croatia on the Dalmatian coast. And we go Dubrovnik to Korčula, Korčula to Hvar, and then Hvar to Split. And to navigate between the mainland and the islands, we take you on a private boat. And then our other trip happens up north, and it's called the Croatia Bike Tour. And this is mainly based in Rovinja um, in the Istria Peninsula, but you'll actually start your day in Italy. You will have lunch in Slovenia. And then that night, on day one, you will do dinner in Croatia. So you can kind of think of it as a three-country tour where the heart of your trip and travels do take place in Croatia and on the Istria Peninsula.
Yeah, really amazing. Thank you for those details.
Yeah.
And then Connie asked, are all your guides native to the area? As much as possible, we do have guides in those areas. I know we've got Bojo in Croatia who's from there. Um, we've got lots of guides in Europe in general, and many who speak all of those languages in those areas. So as often as possible, we've got those guides in those spots and we rotate through who's working those trips. But yeah, we try to have very authentic as much as possible.
While having a high level of customer service. So you may get Kate or I over there as well, which is
Which we would love.
it's pretty fun.
We love it over there.
Yeah.
Hershey's been with the company for almost 20 years. So he has been
Yeah.
all over for sure. I've only been with the company since 2019. And so I don't have quite the vast experience and knowledge of the trips as Hershey does, but you can ask him anything. What other questions? either out loud or in the chat box. I don't see any others coming in. Please know that you will get a recording of tonight's event and you will get that email. So if you have questions, you got a resource to reach out and get those answers, as well as assistance in getting booked on the right trip for you. So we want to thank you so much for spending your evening with us, dreaming about where you can go and explore the world on an active vacation. We wish you all happy holidays, and we look forward to seeing you out on a trip with us in 2025.
Yeah.
Have a
Thanks
great
for your
evening.
time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night, everybody.
Thank you. This is very informative. Happy
Awesome.
holidays.
Yeah,
You
have a
too.
great holiday season. Stay safe.
Thanks, Connie.
Enjoy the snow in Vail as well.
Yeah,
Odessa, or
already
wherever.
doing that.
Awesome. Goodbye.